You see the wall behind me? You see those belts? There's 5 of them. I found all 5 of them on the street. The one over there, I found that one over a year ago. It was the first one I found. These other 4, I found them since the beginning of May. 2 of them I found at the same time. The other 2 I found separately. It just so happens today I got 5 belts. 1 leather, 4 cloth. 2 of them look like the kind of utility belt you might wear if you're doing some sort of, I don't know, National Guard duty, right? Some sort of like, maybe you got it in Army surplus. Maybe you actually got it as some sort of gear or something you actually do, right? Like it's actual, really what you would use. I'm just going to say this very directly and bluntly. I'm an American. I didn't used to necessarily be proud of this because for a while I understood some people thought that there was something to make a deal about, right? Kind of get on your ass about it. And I'm pretty sure that right now you're running a currency through me that's trying to tap into biometrics and cryptos you set up on a 14-year-old that you electronically sexually assaulted under the alleged auspices of providing COVID-19 relief after you targeted him with biological weapons. And I'm not unfamiliar with this. I've experienced things like this several times in my adult life. When I was younger, before I hit the age of 21 even, part of what I did is I did public speaking, including in an educational role for people that were in college. It would just be a class here or there, a lecture here or there. I also supervised a newsroom where occasionally interns that were college age would come and they would work. I would have to work with them while they were cutting their teeth and getting their skills together as journalists. And sometime later, I worked with young people, ages 10 to 16. It's actually 6 to 16. Different stages in an after-school program teaching them martial arts. And sometime later, I taught at a school, a private school, grades 4th through 8th. Now, all of those young people by now would be at or above the age of consent. But they weren't when somebody else started eyeing them. See, I'm not the only one that's been in a position where the welfare of young people, including their future leadership potentials and the options for their livelihoods, including the manners in which they might provide some sort of future for somebody else, were either divested of them or slandered out of them or tempted for shaming such that they would relinquish that. I've seen that, but I've also seen them do things that made me very proud to know them when they were young leadership and development. And I would say, Bo, that if I needed to advocate or I needed to represent them, including in a death threat, including in a context where somebody thought that they were worthy of a fatal challenge, I would do it. And I also believe that every single one of them has the capacity to defend themselves and has the right to defend themselves to the fullest capabilities they have. And I also know they're the kind of people that would stick together and stick up for each other. So it's like one of these things. If you're in a situation where you think that you have the right to look at me and whoever I would be around, and you think you're owed what? Young leaders? And you want the ones that I knew. Then the whole point was to make sure that they could withstand the challenge on their own and with each other. I would throw down with them. I would. You got no right to come to me and tell me I have to offer them up as a sacrifice. If you think you're owed something, then have the courage to demand it directly. Or don't even bother. It's an insult to everybody. You understand? Let's just get this straight right now. Stop talking to me about how you're expecting girls or you're expecting boys. I don't know any girls. I don't know any boys. I don't have any girls. I don't have any fucking boys. Everybody I met as young as 4th grade and anybody whose life I engaged with, especially as a teacher or an educator, was a future leader And if you got a problem, you got a problem with the future leadership of the United States of America, or in the specific case, Honduras. That's who you're fucking with. You understand? So stop trying to make this about some sort of paternalism where you think somehow you're going to adopt an orphan or you're going to get paid in a girl or a boy because you love children so much. I'm sorry, that's not available. And whoever it is you think you're dealing with on terms such as that, they're about to get a real serious paradigm shift corrected for them. So understand the context here. Every single child you exploited was a future leader that you threatened. They have the right to defend themselves, and I would do everything I can to make sure they're prepared to do it.